Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to another episode of Knuckle Up on Talkin Fight. Thanks very much, boxing fans from around the world, for joining us. Today we have a very special episode featuring one of our favorite guests, Kareem Hackett.
You know it, Supreme Kareem.
Supreme Kareem. He's still down south, to the best of my knowledge. And well, Mike, why don't you take it away? Tell us what you got.
Well, that's why we're getting him in here, man. We want to see what he's doing since the last time we had him in the studio. I know he's been a very busy boy this year so far. You know, he's running a record of 8-0 with 5 knockouts, which is wonderful. You know, he is a Canadian companion of ours, so go Canada all the way, right? He's coming off of a TKO win back on April the 30th, so he's been busy. That was obviously down in Mexico. He's taking that the Mexican connection way. But yeah, he's coming in the studio here in a few minutes. I know he said he was running a little late, but we'll get him in here. We're gonna find out what he's been doing. You know, he's got 2 fights under his belt this year. 2 of them are wins. So I can't wait. It's gonna be
the last time he was with us, was he like drinking margaritas on a beach?
I don't know about drinking margaritas, but I know he was relaxing on the beach a little bit there. I know he's staying down there. I don't know for how long, but he was down there for a while. So we'll see what he has to say when he gets in here, man. Because he had that nice, wonderful win back in January as well against Mario Mina. That was a unanimous decision, 6 rounds. That was a great one. And yeah, I can't wait to see what he's doing next and who he's going to be talking to, or who he's going to be fighting soon. Should be excellent. I can't wait to talk to him. We'll get him in here as soon as we can. But in the meantime, while we're waiting, I don't know, we could talk about some of the upcoming things in boxing right now.
Sure, let her rip. There's a lot of fun issues going on in the sport right now.
Yeah. Apparently, Joshua won't be fighting Usyk.
Yeah, I hear the word ducking an awful lot.
Don't we all hear the word ducking a lot? Yes. I've been watching some of the training vids of Deontay Wilder. I know he's looking really good, man. He hasn't been indulging in what we'll say that Tyson Fury has been indulging in over the past, I guess, year or so. He doesn't have a gut, and he doesn't have jiggles. No, he looks trim, he looks cut, and he looks ready to take Tyson Fury, man, the distance and beat his ass, man, get his belt back is what it looks like. So I guess you know what? I'm being told that Kareem is in the studio.
Oh, so you're gonna knock me out?
Oh, definitely. We're definitely gonna knock you out. We're gonna get Kareem back in here. We're gonna find out what he's been doing, and yeah, man, let's get him in the studio. So, Graham, unfortunately, it was a great talking to you, but we're gonna knock you out there, bud.
Yeah.
Kareem, how are you, man?
Good, bro. How's it going?
It's been great, man. Thanks for taking out some time. Come back, talk to the fans about what you've been up to since the last time we talked. It's been a few months. I see that you got a couple new wins under your belt.
Yeah, man.
Just run us through about what you've been up to for the last couple of months.
So, yeah, since the last fight, since that fight when we last spoke I was in Ecuador. So, we fought again since. We fought in Culiacan, Sinaloa in Mexico. Right. And we fought a guy, he was 2-0, and we scored a first round knockout. It was pretty sweet.
I know. I'm pretty sure those are the clips that I've been seeing up all over your Instagram, and they look pretty nice, man. I'll tell you, you're looking trim, you're looking good, man. You're looking like on point. What are some of the goals you expect to accomplish within the next year or so?
This year, I got a lot for this year, man. We're gonna stay busy just as we have been, and when things open back up, we want to be one of like the first ones to fight back at home, like back in Toronto.
Right.
And yeah, and we're gonna go for 10-0 pretty soon. Right now we're at 8. I don't overlook my opponents, obviously, but we plan to win. So Yeah, man, we're just looking to go 10-0 right now and hopefully close the year out at about maybe 12, 13-0 and have some sort of title, whether it's like North American or Canadian or both.
Just get something in the next year or so and have
Yeah,
12, 13-0 and some belts, eh?
exactly, man. We're just looking to rack up some hardware now, you know?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Because you're definitely racking up the wins. We see that.
Yes.
Any word on when you're going to be stepping in the ring again?
Not yet, but we're looking for like July right now.
Looking for July.
Yeah.
Any? Is there anybody you got your eye set on? Maybe you wanna get in the ring with?
Nobody specific yet, but like when Canada opens up, or when Ontario opens up, I should say.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, no, we got a few guys that I think would be a good fight for Canadian boxing fans and for the light heavyweight division in Canada.
Definitely, man. Definitely. You are actually an exciting fighter for our light heavyweight division in Canada, man, and you represent Canada true and true. We love watching you fight, man. We love watching all the things that back you, man. You know, we're behind you 100% here at Talkin Fight.
Yeah,
Um, what you know what some of our fans, you know, around the world, they want to know, man. Like, what's a training camp look like for you? Like, start to finish. You know, what is it like a 6 week day one to day at close? What do you do in your training camps?
well, like in a perfect world, a training camp's like 8 weeks. A lot of running, a lot of sprints, a lot of plyometrics, weightlifting, of course, a lot of sparring, a lot of technical work. Probably train 2 to 3 times a day. Um, Clean up the diet. We eat a lot of veggies, a lot of just like clean foods, and we watch like a lot of like Dragon Ball Z and like Naruto.
So Dragon Ball Z helps with the training, I guess. Okay, that's a
Yeah,
secret.
it's just like
You guys heard it out there. That's a secret, man.
yeah, that's a secret, man. It's mindset stuff. It's like you can relax your body, but like still, kind of keep your mind in the zone without like watching too much boxing. You know what I mean?
Of course, of course. You gotta kind of take a step back from it a bit, and then
Yeah,
relax that mind before you get in that ring.
yeah, totally.
um, what So let's go back. I want to. I don't know if I've asked you these questions before, but who influenced you to start competing in boxing?
Pardon me?
Who was your big influence to start competing in boxing?
Oh, it's funny, man. When I was like really young, I'd only get to see it on like TSN, right? Um, and back then I used to really like all the guys from the 80s. Like I used to really like Hector Camacho, um,
Yeah.
Sugar Ray Leonard. As a matter of fact, when I was a kid, I used to watch Hector Camacho and be like, man, I want to be like him when I grew up. Before I even threw a punch, I, he just made such a good show of it. And then, of course, the classic ones like Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, whenever they would play his replays. Um, and I really liked Floyd Mayweather, man. He just brought the show to a whole another level.
Very true. Very true. I grew up watching the same in the 80s, man. The TSN, the Saturday night fights and all that kind of stuff that we all used to watch, that we all used to love here in Ontario.
Right.
Kareem, do you remember the feelings that you got from your first professional fight?
Yeah. Oh my goodness, like it was yesterday.
eight fights ago, you still remember it like it's yesterday, eh?
Yeah. Well, my very first amateur fight
Oh, let's hear
was
it.
I was like, I think I was like 16, and then the guy I was fighting was like 26. He was like grown, and he was like a lot bigger than me. Not bigger, but he was taller than me.
Right.
And he was just this like lean, ripped, like ugly looking guy from like Kitchener. This guy just looked mean, man. That's all I remember. This guy was looking mean as heck, and like I was just scared. I was like I was like pretty scared. So all my mindset was like, I'm not even going to give him a chance. I'm not even going to give him a second to breathe because this guy looks like a killer and he looks like he's going to come out and try and kill me. So I was like, I'm not even going to give him the chance, you know? So when the bell went, man, I must have threw like at least 100 punches, bro. I never even gave him a second. The whole
Wow.
fight. I didn't give him a chance. I was just on his ass the whole time, bro. Yeah.
The bell went. You're just like, yo, forget. I'm not even gonna let him even touch me. Just go.
Exactly. No handshakes, no nothing. Just going until the bell goes.
You just let him know you're in there meaning business right off the hop,
Yes.
eh?
Yes.
And that was your first amateur fight.
That was my first amateur fight. My first professional fight. My first professional fight, I was nervous too, man. It was in Detroit, and it was at Motor City Casino. And I remember like when I had my gear on and like I was in the like backstage, and they have all these like photos on the walls of everybody who's came and performed at like Motor City Casino.
Right.
So I'm seeing like Eminem, Ludacris, and all these famous guys. And I'm like, holy shit, like my knees just start shaking.
Oh,
But
wow.
I remember when my coach at the time, he had recently passed, John Melich. He was like a big name in the boxing scene locally.
Was that the champions boxing?
Champions, yes, Champions
Oh,
Boxing.
I'm sorry to hear that. Actually, I didn't know that he had passed away, but
Yeah, God bless
unfortunate.
him. But yeah, I remember when he put my glove on and like my hand went into that glove, it just felt so different from the amateurs or anything I had felt. Like, oh man, it felt like picking up Thor's hammer, and it just
Right.
felt like I just had the power. And so when I went in, I just was just like, I totally changed. I wasn't boxing with skills. I was just trying to take this guy's head off, man, and I did. Thank God it went well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love the way you just described that feeling. That was perfect. That was perfect. Thor's hammer. That's what it felt like. Just putting your hand in that glove.
Yes. Yeah, man. It felt like I could just smite somebody with just one swing with those gloves on, man. It was an intoxicating feeling. That's like the best way to describe it. It was like intoxicating.
All right. So, let's. Here's another one. What's the feeling that you get when you knock an opponent out? What's that? What kind of feeling do you get?
Okay, so
Yeah.
at first I used to get so like I used to get so excited, right? Like I want to like just like go and jump out the ring and just like you know throw a fit and like party or whatever, right? But then um sometimes like you think it's over, but it's not over yet. They might get up, right? And you don't want to
Right.
be too excited, like jumping over the ropes and all that stuff, right? So now I keep it together. Like now when I knock somebody down, I'm like Zen mode, walk to the corner, just watch what's happening. When it's done, then I'll jump up and down, you know, but I don't want to do it too early. So like
No early celebration.
yeah, no, because it kind of takes your mind out of it, you know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So that being said, what's your favorite shot, man? What's your money maker?
That liver shot, man. I like to right in the gut. I like to get them cookies, man.
Oh yeah, man. Oh,
I like to
oh.
grab their breakfast right out of their gut, man. Whatever they ate that morning.
I love it, man. I love it. Yeah,
Yeah,
you have that. You have done it with that liver shot a few times, man.
yeah, man.
Um, so when you're doing your training and everything in camp, for the young guys watching out there that are up and comers as well, what's some tips that you could give them when working on strength and conditioning to get that power
Um,
to be able to put them out like you do?
when it comes to being like strong and like conditioned, I would say to the young guys, to just be obsessed and train in volume, man. Whatever program they have you on, whether it's like plyometrics or like sprints or like distance running, do as much as possible because when you start getting a little older and like life starts kicking in, you know, maybe you have kids, maybe You got to take care of your family, whatever it is. Um, the foundation you have built from those earlier years of just going so hard so often, it's going to pay off in the long run. You know, they're like investments in the bank. They're like little deposits that you make that you cash out on later. You know, you kind of get a compound interest from them. So yeah, that's what I would just say. Whatever program you're on, just do it in volume and get that strength in, get that conditioning in. Yeah,
That's it. That's it. Spoken by a true strength guy, eh?
yeah, yeah.
Mr. Hackett here with those liver shots.
Yeah,
Loving it.
get the
Um, do you do you, do you have any hobbies? Do you have any hobbies? I know you like to not keep your mind always on boxing because you know you can get burnt out. Do you have any
yeah.
hobbies or interests outside of the sport that you do to keep other than you know your Dragon Ball and all that?
I mean, other than like all like the comic books and the cartoons and all that stuff. Hmm. I like to nerd out, man. Like I really like I'm like a big computer guy, man. Like I like to see I like to learn about like the marketing world. I like to see what kind of things are what kind of new tech is out coming out. I'm a big tech geek, man. Big tech and like marketing geek. Um, Aside of those things, I used to love to play games. Like I still love it, but I just don't get to play as much as I used to.
I guess not with training and everything, right? So,
Yeah,
are you present? You're not presently in camp right now, are you?
no, 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 no. But I mean, I'm still in the gym. I never leave the gym.
Right.
I'm always in the gym. Like right now, Gilberto Ramirez is in training camp. He's a good friend, stable mate. So I'm at his training sessions quite a bit.
Right.
Um, he's actually sparring with Gabriel Rosado right now.
Really? Wow.
So those sessions are pretty fun to watch. I join them sometimes, not all the time, but I box with them quite a bit as well.
That's great. That's some great stablemates to be in there banging it out with, man. You know, a lot of experience there in both those guys, especially experiencing yourself too. Like you've
For
got
sure.
tons of experience now. I know. Like you've left the Canadian soil to really just get a jump on your career, and you definitely are, man. And you're making headway, and you're making names for the Canadians. And you know, Canada loves you, man, and we're behind you 100%, bro.
Yeah, I
You're doing
appreciate it.
everything.
Thank you, thank you.
Um, Kareem, what strengths do you believe that you have that make you the great athlete you are today?
I would just say I just have a different way of thinking. Like when I went to school, I went to Guelph University. It's like an hour outside of Toronto. I went to school for like software engineering. So it's just a totally different way of thinking. Um, it's like thinking like like a programmer. It's very logic based. It's very like if this, then that, and while I'm doing this, then I'm doing this. It's like very like deductive thinking,
Right.
and I find that a lot of boxers don't think that way, and it's just very useful, very useful way to think. So I'd say my thinking makes me different, and also my martial arts background. I trained for a long time at Combat Arts in Mississauga.
Right. I know it.
We did all sorts of martial arts over there. We were doing like Jeet Kune Do, which is like that Bruce Lee influence.
Yeah.
Discipline. We were doing a lot of Muay Thai. We were doing Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, you name it. We were doing a lot. Judo. We did a lot.
You know what? And honestly, all those different disciplines, man, they I guess they can add really to keeping you calm, man. Because I know, like, I studied Muay Thai for many years,
Mhm.
and I'll tell you, I've never been more calm standing in front of somebody in my life
Right.
because of having that. It's that sense of confidence it almost gives you, and it kind of helps you just get that, like you said, enter that Zen area. So
Yes.
you know, like yeah. So I guess all that and you nerding out and all that kind of stuff, man. allows you to keep your mindset just perfect, man, for these.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. When you attended Guelph, did you find it hard managing your athletic and academic responsibilities?
Yeah, it was tough, man. It was super tough. Like, those classes were no joke. We were also working like I was working like 2 jobs at a time as well. I was still training, still fighting, still made time to party. I don't know how I did it.
The great ones know how to do it all. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So after school, still training. You're still training. You're still fighting. Uh, okay. Let's go with it. Dream fight, living or dead. If you could fight tomorrow, who would it be? Your dream fight?
My dream fight. DOA at light heavyweight. It would be John Pascal in his prime.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take John Pascal when I can get him. Hopefully.
If you could get him tomorrow, you get him tomorrow.
Yeah, but I just think just as a Canadian, he just did so much for Canadian boxing, especially in this division.
Right.
Adonis Stevenson too also did a lot. Lucien Bute too. I find that Canadian history is like very like rich in this division. It's a special division for our country.
Right.
So dream fight would definitely be like all the belts. HBO, Showtime, whatever. Kareem Hackett versus John Pascal, where it's like a Toronto versus Montreal thing going on.
Which is big. Which is big in the fight world, which a lot of people don't know. The
Yeah,
Toronto Montreal thing is huge.
yeah, that's real. So
Um, Speaking of Canadians and the Canadian boxing scene, what do you believe that could be done to make it better than it is right now? To get more, what do you think it would take to see more Canadians on the international stage of boxing?
well, here's the thing. I think especially Canada, of course, but especially the Toronto area, we're very rich in talent.
That's true.
We're super rich in talent, and we're also one of the biggest sports markets in the world, right? But for some reason, it's never connected with boxing the way it has in Montreal, right? And I think it will. I think now the talents are starting to get out there internationally. Like there's me, Lucas Body's getting out there too.
Right.
Guys like Zolt Dariani. There's like real world level talents that are shaking up things internationally. So I think um, as long as we continue the way we are, as long as we keep hosting fights in Toronto, big fights,
Right.
um, and as long as Toronto guys keep climbing up the rankings, like not too long ago we had Denton Daly.
Right.
He fought for a world title. He's a Toronto man, so um, that was big. But as long as we keep doing that and we keep promoting ourselves as well, and just letting the world know that Toronto has some great fighters that can really shake shit up, in the world of boxing.
Oh, I believe it, man. I've seen it. You're one of them. Like, yes. I wish people knew how much talent it is here, man. Like we have such a deep talent pool in Toronto and in Canada alone.
Yeah,
And it's we got to see them more on an international stage, and hopefully they follow suit like you, man. Just walk in your footsteps and do what you've done, because you've taken it on upon yourself to get onto that international stage and get known internationally, which is
yeah.
great. What when you're finished boxing and you're done, and you've retired, what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? What do you want to be known for?
I want to be known for bringing world championship boxing back to Toronto, consistently and successfully, you know, um, especially at this division. Like all the great champions we just mentioned not too long ago, they're all in the French side. They're all from Quebec.
Right.
I think it's time for Toronto to have some. You know, um, I think it's time for us to start bringing some gold back to the city in the professional ranks. So I'm just looking forward to doing that. Whoever does it first out of the bunch, we'll see. But I'm definitely going to be in there. I'm definitely going to be one of them bringing these straps back to Toronto.
Oh, hopefully in the near future, man. Very soon. Very soon. Hopefully within the year's end. That's what I'm hoping.
Definitely.
Let me ask you this: would you rather be loved or would you rather be feared?
That's a good question. Would I rather be loved or rather be feared? I think I'd rather be feared.
Okay.
I think I'd rather be feared. I think either way, because that's like asking in terms of boxing. That's like asking, do you want Pacquiao's career or do you want Floyd's career?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
But then I mean, when they're both gone, they're both not quite gone yet. What are the history books going to say? You know what I mean? They're going to say that Floyd Mayweather had the best career in sports of all time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So who can argue with that?
True.
True. But Pacquiao is definitely a legend, a special guy. There's only going to be one of him in history. Same with Floyd. And I think we're really lucky and really blessed to be living in a time where we're seeing both of their careers, how they both panned out.
Of course. I say that we've grown up. Our age group, we've been able to experience a lot in our lifetimes. The dawn of video games, to the greatest legends in boxing. We've seen a lot of stuff, and honestly, I'm ecstatic that we got the chance to actually do that and be involved in these certain things, man.
Yeah.
But yes, we are done. We are actually in the middle of watching two of the greatest careers unravel, and it's crazy because you got Pacquiao, who's stepping in the ring again in July, I believe it is.
I think it's August.
Is it August? Yeah. So
against Spence.
Yeah, against Earl Spence. At the age he is, to be able to step into the ring and say, you know what, I'm ready to take on your best.
Right.
It's incredible. It's definitely incredible. Kareem, I know you're a busy man. I don't want to keep you too much longer, brother. Thank you again for taking out your time and making some time for me to come on and let all the fans know what you've been up to in the last little while.
Yeah,
definitely let us know when your next fight is, please. Just hit me up on Insta. If you have a link for it, that'd be great. So I'd love to watch it live. Other than that, definitely got to get you back on in the future, maybe after the next win. And we'll definitely keep in touch. But I don't want to keep you too much longer, brother. Thank you again for taking out the time to come on. Oh, wait, we have questions. We have questions in the comments here. Let me get on this real quick. Sorry, man. What are your biggest influence? Who is your biggest influence?
Biggest influences, I would say, definitely Floyd. I mean, everybody from this whole generation could take a lot from Floyd and Pacquiao.
Right.
Yeah, and you know what? Any self-made star is a big influence. So yeah, that's a lot of guys. But in boxing specifically, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao.
Okay. Also, one of the questions from our audience was, when are you getting back into the ring again?
We're looking at July. I'll definitely let you guys know once we got a date. But we are looking and looking for something in July for sure.
Awesome. And if the fans want to hit you up, what are your socials?
At Kareem Wins on Instagram and Kareem Hackett on Facebook.
So, guys, you heard that watching around the world. Those are his socials. Hit him up on Insta, and he's also on Twitter as well. You can find him there as well.
Yes.
Yep, definitely. Kareem, again, thank you again for taking out the time. We will be in touch. I can't wait to see you in the ring again, brother. It's always been a slice every time we talk. Definitely. So, Knuckle Up fans around the world watching. That's your boy Mike Orr for talking to Kareem Hackett live. Kareem the Supreme, 8-0, 5 knockouts.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Definitely light heavyweight inspiration here in Canada, man. He's putting Canada on the map. He's repping Toronto 100% internationally. Guys, get behind my boy Kareem Hackett. Definitely you're going to want to watch him. It's your boy Mike Orr at 4. Everybody come back for Female Friday tomorrow. It'll be a great one. And remember to always knuckle up, guys. Knuckle up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Yes. Peace out, everybody.
Take care.